James, could you have imagined being in the Clinton White House and putting up prospects for major posts that got dinged on such obvious situations, and what that would have done to the confidence in the administration?
Well, I couldn't, but I have to agree with Ronna. He said he was going to do this. These were the people that he hung out with. These were the people that he campaigned with.
He did not say Matt Gaetz is going to be the AG. I mean, I get Ronna's point, but she's being general, and this is specific.
Was going to be. Well, he didn't say that Pete Hegseth was going to be nominated to be Secretary of Defense either, but you shouldn't be surprised. And I think that it starts with a premise that Trump has. And look, he won the election. And he didn't win. He won the election by saying he was going to be as disruptive as he possibly could, which, I mean, that's what he said. And I think it's based on a flawed premise that the federal government is full of kind of lazy, incompetent people, which is hardly the truth. But the Justice Department, the career people there. But was I surprised it would happen to Matt Gaetz? No. Do I think more stuff is coming out? Yes, because I have a firm belief that human nature of this type is repetitive. You just don't do it once and forget about it. It tends to have a high recidivism factor. But I agree with Ronna. This shouldn't be a surprise to anyone, to no one, that he did this.
All right, but here's why I disagree with the both of you, okay? And by the way, James,
okay.
I shouldn't be disagreeing with you because you're a mentor to me.
Chris. This is a good
it's okay.
Hey, listen, this is NewsNation. We're about conversation here, okay? We don't fight sides.
Right.
And he's got a shirt on from my community's film festival. He's got the Hamptons Film Festival shirt. That's where I live. I love that.
Well,
so thank you for that.
There.
All right, but now I'm back in war mode.
Great
Ronna,
privilege to be there.
Yeah, it's great. It's great stuff, and your film is great. Anyway, Ronna, I'm not saying that he shouldn't pick loyal people. I'm not saying that at all. And I'm not saying he shouldn't have learned the lesson for the first one. But this is junior varsity level vetting. And so what I want to know is, did they think that doesn't matter, we get whatever we want, we'll push them through? I mean,
I'm sure they did.
How did you think?
Listen, you're going to have the Senate.
Why?
The Senate's going to come in. They're going to vet these people. They have to do that. They have to do that for the good of the president, too. They have to say, you need to know about this individual and these concerns we have. We have a 53-seat majority. It's not a slam dunk with people like Collins or Murkowski and McConnell still in the Senate. You're going to need at least 50 votes. So I think that that's what that's there for. But I'll say, Chris, I'm going to go back to 2017. When Trump came in with a Republican House, they put him under investigation for Russia. He couldn't get anything passed for a year. And I think he was very frustrated that he came in and listened to the Republican establishment, and they really, thwarted his agenda. And so I think he said, I'm going to come in with my people. I'm not just going to hit the ground running. I'm going to be running before I hit the ground, and I want loyalists around me. And the Senate is a Republican Senate, and they should do what the American people want and give me the team I want. That's what he's thinking, I think.
All right, one last thing. What is your take on how this reflects or doesn't reflect, Ronna, on what we can expect in terms of the level of competence and professionalism in what they do once the team is picked?
I think it depends on what they do. I mean, listen, you just showed all the turnover in the different administrations. I didn't see any in Biden. I think a lot of the American people say, why wasn't Mayorkas fired with the crisis at the border? Why wasn't Defense Secretary Austin held accountable for the terrible withdrawal from Afghanistan? Because Biden didn't remove people from his cabinet who weren't effective. People are hurting in this country. This was an election about the economy. If they get the job done, if they fix the border, if they bring costs down and they're effective, nobody's going to remember what happened during this nomination process. They're going to say they're getting things done for me, the American person.
All right, I accept that as a premise. Success cures a lot of ills. There's no question about it. Do you think, James, you will be surprised by their efficiency and effectiveness in pushing a mandate of change?
No, I'm not surprised because, I mean, my honest opinion is that they're a pack of buffoons. And if you have a pack of buffoons, you're going to end up with a bufonic result. What would really stun me, if any of these people were actually competent, they had any idea what they were doing, then I would have come on this show and apologized. I'd be, God, I didn't know that Pete Hegseth was you know, some George C. Marshall reincarnated, but I don't think that's the case, and I'm pretty sure I'm right.
So what do you think we're heading for, James?
I try not to think about it, Chris. I got Thanksgiving coming up. I got the holidays coming up. We're going around with my movie for a few places. I try not to think about it, but if I think about it, I would be more depressed than I am. So I'll just, like we say, soldier on. That's all I can do.
That's it.
To be honest with you.
That's all we can. Hey, thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget, click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.